I think change has a big factor in how we view the world, like how things change around us, how things change to us in our lives. There's so much that we don't have control over, right? And I think to me, the most important thing when it comes to embracing those changes and trying to move forward is realizing what you still have and knowing that in the moment, that one thing that has just happened to you is not going to define everything that happens after. You have the power to control some things. You don't have the power to control everything, but your mindset is one thing that you can control. And having a grateful mindset and a positive mentality, which is something I try to exude every day on stream, because you don't know how the community members feel when they're coming in to chat with you. They may be having a good day. They may be having a bad day. No matter what, you just need to be there to provide them with the content they need to break away from the day and have a good time. And that positivity, I think, is going to be the most important part of overcoming those challenges and those changes.
Hi, Deuce. Hi, Foybles.
How we doing?
Deuce.
Hello. Can you hear me all right?
Oh, great.
Yeah, am I coming in?
Fantastic. Yes.
We got
Awesome.
2 proper beards in chat.
Excellent.
That's right here.
3. We got
That is
2.
true.
2 years.
He said 2.
This
He
is
said 2.
2
Somebody's
years.
not counting. It's not me.
It's 2-year beard? That's
Yeah,
a 2-year
this
beard.
is
Good
2
for
years.
you.
This-
Wait, that's what
beard.
I got to do that for 2
used
years to
be
get
a
that?
gap here. There used to be gaps.
We filled
2
out.
years.
I love your hair. We have finally somebody with proper hair in here. Love your hair, Deuce.
I'm going to go ahead and
Thank you.
introduce.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to
This is
go
also
ahead
2
and
years.
introduce. Is it 2 years too?
Yep.
Nice.
I'm going to go ahead and introduce Foybles, and then Mizzy, you go ahead and introduce Deuce. Foybles, I'm sure many of you actually probably have no idea who Foybles is. Foybles comes from Civilization 6. On my break from Battlefield 5, working up to Battlefield 2042, I was searching out for a new game to play. And ended up sticking on Civilization. And it's a wild game. I didn't realize how much of a brain aneurysm I was going to get from it after playing some multiplayer matches. I know 100 games, 100 days is in here. I've seen his streams too. But I've jumped around the Civilization 6 community in Twitch a lot. I think I've met at least 30 of the 40, or I don't know how many there are. It's a small and tight-knit community. But Foybles was somebody who really stood out to me out of all of them. And I was going to ask one of them, and it was Foybles, because his demeanor, his personality, the way he seems, and I know he does, the way he cares for his community, and the top-notch quality entertainment. Really wanted to get Foybles in here and interview him and see what he has to say about his life and what's going on with him, and give us a little bit information maybe about Civilization, as some of us Battlefield 2042 players struggle here to look for maybe something secondary to play while we wait for 2042 to fix itself. So Foybles, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, grateful to be here. Thanks for that intro.
Oh, you're welcome. Every word I meant. And Mizzy, if you want to do Deuce now, and then we can kind
Yes,
of get
of
into
course.
it.
I would love that. Look, I invited Deucey. You don't know Dude that much. I know him now for quite a while. And I really love you, dude, for your content. I think you sell your much too short. He guys, if you don't know him, check out his YouTube channel. He did start a series once. It's called War Report, and I really think it's very unique and funny, and you should keep doing it. So I'm really excited to have you here, because you always were for me a positive force. Also, like Rev said before, I love this positive force in gaming. So I thought you would be perfect today. You know, perfect to join us and to talk about gratitude and what it means to you. So let's start by that. You both. What does gratitude mean to you? And whatever comes to your mind, really.
Whoever talks first gets to go.
I'll take it. So I had a little bit of time to think about this one. Gratitude is kind of one of those subjects that it has really wide ranging effects that most people don't really think about. I really liked where Rev was going. he was using some amazing ways of pointing out like that it's more of a way of living. I think that's the best way to show gratitude for anything, is to show that you have taken in whatever you have received, the love, the knowledge, the resources, whatever, and putting it to good use in a way that people can see, and in a way that you can see, and in the way that it makes you feel good.
Foibles.
Yeah, that's a great comment. Thank you. Gratitude for me has definitely evolved as I've grown, and especially now having a family, that definitely changes a lot of the things that I'm grateful for. Growing up, I grew up very religiously with my family, and gratitude, of course, is a big part of that. Being grateful for what we have, not always having everything we want, but being grateful for the things we do have, and doing what we can to share. And I think that charitable aspect of gratitude also plays a big part in it, right? So when you realize what's most important and you're grateful for those things, then it's just easier to go out there and provide those things to other people that are lacking it. Love, attention, and understanding, a listening ear, that kind of thing. When it comes to me personally, I'm grateful for everything that's led me to where I am today. And I'll be grateful for the things that will happen next. I have no idea what's going to happen next, but you take it day by day, right? And when it comes to our family, our family's growing. We've got more on the way. I've got some big goals for the next year. Well, the due date's March 31st, so little girl's on the way. Yeah, cool. And our little guy's super excited.
Is he? And how old is your little guy now? Is he 2?
He's 6.
He's 6. Oh, he's 6. Okay, yeah. He's up there now.
He's up there. He's going to be a big helper.
Good. Yeah, that's right. Well, he's probably
both of the kids were surprised, to be honest, because we've had a few we've had a few ups and downs when it comes to fertility, and I feel like a lot of people go through that. And thankfully, both of the kids have been we've been blessed with both kids. We've tried a lot of different things to get where we are, and grateful to have our growing family. So another thing I'm grateful for, of course.
Perfect. Deuce, we'll swing over to you. Anything you're specifically grateful for this past 2021 year, or just in general?
Friends and family. Absolutely, my friends and family. My mom, my dad, my stepdad, my 2 best friends online, Standing Fast and Jaws, all amazing. They've all helped me in ways that I probably couldn't actually put into words appropriately. But they have all saved me from myself a lot of times. I tend to get inside my own head a lot, and getting out is tricky at times.
Yeah. And that's why we rely on people sometimes, I think, others around us to support us, because we do get in our heads, and sometimes you need that outside perspective to kind of look in. But someone you can trust, is also, someone you can trust, and ends up being somebody you're grateful for as well. But somebody you can trust who will always have your best intentions at heart. And now, Foibles, I know you had a few announcements, so before we go really diving into 2022 and beyond, and why don't you tell us a little bit about A, Civilization, B, about what you've done. You did Civ Give, I believe, this past year, another charity that we raised money for, and tell us about the community over there.
Yeah. Well, let's start
and
with
what
the
you
game
have
itself.
Planned as well.
Oh yeah, I'll share all the details. Don't you worry. So Civilization, for those unfamiliar with it, it's a wonderful game. It's a game that's been around for well over 30 years now, and the developers behind it, Firaxis, and now 2K, who's part of the production team, they are amazing at getting the community involved and listening to the community. The game itself, I mean, it's a turn-based strategy. So if you think about it, it's like if you were to combine chess and Risk. If any of you guys are familiar with either game or both, you know that it takes time to think about your next moves. And that's kind of part of it. You're planning ahead and trying to figure out, okay, in the next 10 turns, I'm going to try and get to this point, right? And it's all about coming out on top when it comes to either domination through military advancement, or it could be technology, it could be culture, it could be faith and religious space. You can convert the world to your own custom religion if you want. There's so much you can do with it. And because the game is procedurally generated, every time you put a map together, every time is going to be a new experience. And the developers this past year, they put together basically a season pass called the New Frontier Pass, where each month they release like a new map and a new civilization or new game mode. And they kept the community engaged for like a full year with new content, which was great. And so there's been a lot of attention behind it. and a lot of new people hopping on board with it. It's one of those games that you can just pick up and play for like 8 hours and realize, oh crap, I've got to work in 4 hours. I better get to bed.
What is the Reddit sub the Reddit post up there? The top line is what? Oh,
it's
crap,
one more turn.
Yeah, just one more turn. It's 4 a.m.
Just one more turn. You got to keep going. Yeah. So it's a fun game. And I found myself, I mean, I've always been involved in strategy games. I've enjoyed I've enjoyed like Age of Empires and Age of Mythology, some other like ports of that game. And I actually got started with Civilization 3 back in the day when my dad got a new computer. He got a free copy of it, and it came on like 4 different discs to install in his old white PC, had like, I don't know, 10 megabits of RAM or something. But that was my introduction back when I was like 8 or 9. And then from there, I've like played a few games in and out. I played Civilization 3. I played Civ Revolutions on the 360. I watched a lot of people play Civ 5, and now we're into Civ 6. And we're hoping in like the next couple of years we'll see a new title. But it's a great game. It's got an awesome community behind it. And because of the nature of the game, it's a bit different than your standard like FPS type community, right? Where it's all about the excitement and the win and all that craziness that ensues. With this, it's more communal, where you're asking questions and you're getting involved and you're talking about different strategies and how you can play the game this way or that way based on who your leader is, who your empire is, where you're playing. And it's just a lot of fun to get the community involved.
I was actually about to ask you, like, how is it different streaming? Oh, sorry.
No, you asked. That's the same question I was about to ask.
Foybles wasn't ready yet. I completely. You weren't finished yet, right?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So how is it different streaming Civilization? I saw you all were streaming Halo, right? So how is it different to an FPS game when you stream?
Yeah, well, I grew up with both games. Like Halo will always have a close place in my heart. It's part of my childhood, right? I would always go over to my friend's house and play it, or I'd have it myself and play it at home. The difference between strategy games and first-person shooters, of course, is the nature of the game and the goal, the end goal. To be honest, I think there's a lot of connection points, more in common than different. I would assume, especially when it comes to like the way you approach the game and how you can play it. The big thing about Civ is domination, and you can build armies and go and attack your opponent, and you can take your time to do it. You don't have to rush into it. So I guess one of the main differences is the speed at which you play, right? FPS it's all about fast movement and getting to where you need to be quickly to try to win the match. With a strategy game like Civ, you slow down, you take your time, and in my perspective, it feels like a good breakaway. Like if you need that breakaway, because eventually playing a lot of first-person shooters, you're gonna get tired. You're gonna want to take a break and try something different. And I don't know if that's what led you to it, TrustedBeard, but Civ is a great breakaway from that to kind of slow down, take a break, take your time, play the game how you want to, which is a big aspect of the game, rather than having so many things happen to you, like what can happen in first-person shooters, right? You don't always have control about what's going on. In Civ, you can kind of create your own game and have your way with it, which is a big aspect of it.
Yeah, as FPS gamers, I find myself after an hour or two, I'm just tired, just physically, my brain is physically tired, and I need the break or relaxation. I used to do City Skylines, which I'll still jump on, but I hopped into Civ and I started, I figured I'd buy it, and boy, I found a wonderful community of people, and it was a relaxing game. It was engaging. I think that's why I hung around for so long, jumping in everybody's different streams, because it was engaging and everybody was so friendly and nice there. I can't speak enough to the community aspect of Civilization. And I draw a lot of parallels from Battlefield 2042, or Battlefield in general, to Civilization. Maybe not the game itself, but the community aspect, where both are engaged communities. Typically, Battlefield and EA DICE, they do listen to the community. They're one of Battlefield got voted best community in the world, right? A couple years ago. So it was. I do see those same parallels.
But that's not true, actually. They invented
Is it not? They invented it?
Oh, wow.
Well, then you should have let me been ignorant.
I'm sorry, I couldn't let it. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it for a second to let it stand, but it's.
Well, then I'm saying it. It's the best community in the world because all y'all are a part of it, and y'all are great. So it is the best community in the world. But yeah, if anybody is looking for some sort of more relaxing, even though it is a mental game,
it'll strain the brain. Yeah. It can definitely do that. It still does it to me.
Especially on multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm at about 3,500 hours right now in the game, and I'm still learning new things. And to answer your other two questions real quick, the Civ Give this year, it was our second year doing it. We got 10 streamers together playing Civ, doing a free-for-all match. While we did have some technical difficulties towards the end, we still had a great time. And with it being our second year, we had a huge jump in support, which is amazing. Last year in total, we raised
You're talking about the esports event, right? Like their
well, it wasn't really
or the
esports.
match, or how
Yeah,
do you
there
call
was
it?
a
Like
match in 2021. That
because
was
I
the
watched it actually on your
invitational.
YouTube.
Yeah, there was the
That's
invitational.
interesting.
That was more competitive. That was for prize pool. What we did just back in December was for charity for Extra Life, and we got 10 of us together to raise money, and we did about 68,000 total with a 25K match from 2K, which was awesome. We got support from 2K, which is amazing. And that was just our second year doing it, and we practically 10 times what we did in the first year, which was awesome. So
How many content creators were you?
There was 10 of us, including me. And then we had a few other support streamers that were helping, like in the background. We had the hosts from the Civ Show, which has been a great community to be a part of as well. They do their own podcast and everything there as well. But we had an amazing time this year and got to raise a lot of money for Extra Life. And then moving into 2022, we're hoping to do that again and hopefully get up to 6 figures. And then my push this year is to try and get to partner. Hopefully we can grow our community. And I'm reaching 3 years this month for streaming, and then 3 years next month for affiliate. Or did I say 3 months? I meant 3 years. 3 years in this month for streaming anniversary, and then 3 years next month for affiliate anniversary. So really making that push this year to try and get a partner.
Nice. That's nice.
We can help. Now, Deuce, how about you?
Yeah. Deuce, what do you look if you if you look back to if you look back to 2021, Deuce, I know it was a rough year for you as well. Like, well,
that's an understatement.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to talk it back. I mean, it's your perspective. What's your perspective on 2021? Like, is there anything you can look back besides all the bullshit that happened to you, where you say like, I'm grateful for this? You learned something out of that, or is there anything that kept you sane? Basically, I don't know how much you want to go in there.
No, that's totally fine. We're all good. I mean, a little background. In the last year and a half, I lost pretty much the entire top of my family. I lost my grandmother, my grandfather, and my great uncle. They were, the top of my family, so it was a little tough dealing with that, and that's all just in the last year and a half. I mean, I learned a great deal from my grandfather, and being able to see him one last time was definitely good. We used to go to lunches all the time back when I used to live in Wisconsin, and I had to move out of there. It was but we used to go to lunches all the time, and I was always really grateful for that. So when I got to see him one last time, it was just kind of like a reminder of all the good times that we had together and that sort of thing. So
that's amazing.
That's about where I mean that's about where I landed with 2021. It was an incredibly rough year, not only because of the loss of family. That was definitely the toughest part of it. But virtually every time that I have tried to keep moving forward, take a step forward in any what I would say significant way, I hit roadblock after roadblock, and they just have started to pile up over the last year. So it hasn't been what I would call a great year, but I'm moving forward,
Is there anything you look forward to 2022, Deuce? Is there anything where you say like, I don't know, any actions you're looking forward to do in 2022 you're looking forward, or
I have a lot of goals.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have a lot of goals. I need to buy a new car at some point. So that was another part of 2021. Back in September, like the very end of September, I had gotten done with work one night, and then I went to bed, and I got up the next day, and I went to start to go to work, and my car was making this really loud sound. Well, it turns out that while it was in my parking spot overnight, I actually had somebody cut the oxygen line to the engine, and they punched a hole in my exhaust line. And then they actually stole the catalytic converter out of my car, like the whole thing.
Crazy.
It was actually one of the most unbelievable things that I've ever
Some
had
people
happen.
really get creative.
They didn't steal the wheels while they were at it.
No, and it was funny. They didn't even like break into the car even. there was nothing taken out of the car. Like everything was in place. They literally just like jacked up my car, took the stuff they wanted, and moved on. And that was literally it. And it was the most mind blowing thing I've had happen. So I got to get my car worked on.
At least, right?
That
It's
sounds
a
like
little loud right now.
sounds like a reasonable plan here. Can't believe it. By the way, guys in chat, just quick reminder before we keep going with Deuce here. We have another giveaway again running.
Oh yeah, we got to do these giveaways.
Yeah, Jotato, put the link in the perfect. There it is. Just click on the WeStream on the stream elements link. And then enter the giveaway. Or ticket?
Perfect.
I don't know. I think you need to. Oh, ticket. It is ticket. All right. Zippy knows how it goes. Zippy knows works. I mean, ask Zippy. Perfect. Yeah, just enter the giveaway, guys. We will work a few other. Yes, exactly. Perfect.
Yes, I did, Aljory. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Logitech camera did go to ScribbleNinja, and now we have another giveaway and a few others.
Give it away in her Discord.
Deuce, besides this incredible story of yours, what can you share a few of your goals for 2022? Like besides the car, and you said you had a few ideas actually you wanted to achieve.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so I mean, most of it comes to content creation. I've been working on a way to try and revamp War Report, which is the show that I do. There's only 3 episodes of it at the moment. I actually have had another 3 episodes of it written for the last 6 months. I just haven't had the time or the motivation or the energy, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I haven't had the ability to actually just get it done. And so I want to get back into that. I've had more than a few ideas about how to go about doing that. And I actually just really want to turn my YouTube channel into more of a skit channel. You asked me on Discord when our war started for the pineapple on pizza kind of thing.
Oh boy.
I actually had to ask Jaws and Stan about it, and they both were like, I have no idea what started that. And I was like, I have no idea what started that. I just know that one day it was probably Jakob Ajmal. He probably was the one that actually started it, because he used to post all his pineapple pizzas, and then he had one that was like banana, and like after that I kind of just lost it and was like, anybody who thinks the pineapple on pizza is okay, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Oh, all right, let's see it.
And then so the battles just started from there. We got into meme wars. It was just a lot of good fun. I actually don't think that pineapple on pizza is terrible. I just think it makes the pizza too watery. That's literally all it comes down to. So I was actually talking to my buddy Standing Fast, and he was like, well, what about dried pineapple? And I was like, I never actually considered dried pineapple before. So if somebody did that, I would say that was acceptable, but otherwise pineapple doesn't belong to pizza.
Sounds like a pizza making stream is in the works, right?
Yes.
Well, so
I actually like sweet and salty.
Can't eat pizza anymore. I have digestive issues that the bread is just too much for me to handle, unless I can only eat like one slice, and then what's the point of making a pizza?
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we've actually got a place around town
pizza
that sells it by the slice, so we're good.
Try keto pizza. Cool. Did you ever try keto pizza? No, for real, like that. Like switch the dough out.
I don't think I actually have.
Try that. So actually, I tried a few things. Cauliflower is okay. Tuna is actually interesting. If you make keto pizza with tuna dough, it looks like listen. It sounds weird. It sounds weird. It really sounds weird. It really sounds weird. But I made it actually a couple of times because it looks like dough. Because you make a paste out of tuna and cream cheese, and then whatever herbs you like, and then you put it on there as a dough, and then whatever you want on it. Okay, I'm stop talking. People.
Sounds worse.
I love you, Mazzy, but that does not sound delicious at all. I'm so sorry.
We tried.
I tried so many things in my life, guys. You can't believe it. I'm really open. In point of food, I'm open to everything.
I will try anything
as it doesn't move.
Yes.
I will try
at least once.
You stole that.
I have tried things that will make most Americans blanch. Like I spent a year in China when I was 20. And some of the things that I ate there, I'm absolutely sure that I've eaten animals that nobody wants to be eating. Like, I'm absolutely sure of it. Because the animals that you would want to be eating were not in any capacity around that entire area. So,
Jeez.
yeah, it was a little nuts, but it was probably the greatest year of my life. So,
very good, very good.
How are we almost out of time already? Foibles, what do you have going on through? Yeah, it's insane. I don't know. Is this it?
I think we started a little late, but that's okay.
Okay, so we could take it a couple minutes extra. We'll go a couple extra minutes later.
Exactly.
Foibles, what are your goals for 2022? I also know you had a few announcements you wanted to throw our way. I'm sure that coincides with 2022 here. So
yeah, I mean, the biggest thing would be just that partner push, right? But alongside that, there's a few things that'll help us get there. We're going to try and grow our followership on Twitch. I'm going to focus a lot more on YouTube as well. I've been putting out some VOD content, but I'm going to try and get some exclusive content for YouTube along with some of the Twitch VODs for Civilization and other games. We're going to try and get ourselves into the 2K Next Makers program. Since we had a huge support boost from them during the Civ Give, we've been able to get involved with a lot of their team behind the scenes on a few things. So we've got some connections to reach out to. I'd really like to see if I can push into that because there's some fun 2K games coming out pretty soon. And I'd like to diversify a little bit more, but I think when it comes down to partnership push, we're going to try and focus a lot on Civ content. I've got a playthrough challenge where I'm trying to win a game with every single civilization in the game. I got to finish that up. And then my next thing I think I'm going to try and push for is getting all the achievements, which for Civilization is a big deal because there's a few hundred achievements on Steam. So I'm at about 52% right now, just playing the game casually. And so I'm going to try and make a push for that, maybe make some fun content for that as well, doing some achievement hunting there. But yeah, the big goal for 2022 is partner push. In my personal life, we're going to try and, excel in my current work. I'm an insurance agent working from home. So that's kind of it's been a good opportunity. And I started that job this year. So hopefully going to advance in that. We've got the baby on the way. So we got a growing family. We're going to try and get into a home here pretty soon.
It doesn't get easier.
No, it doesn't. No,
it does get easier.
More mouths, more feet, more problems. There's a lot to do, but alongside that, we're going to have a lot more community involvement too. We're going to have some community games coming up. My wife's reminding me in the chat that, by the way, my wife is Mrs. Foibles there in the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hi, Mrs. Foibles.
Our little baby girl's name is going to be Georgia, and one of the civilizations you can play in the game is the country of Georgia, which is kind of funny. So we're going to do a Georgia-only game where everybody plays the same civilization and just sees what happens.
Amazing.
Should be fun.
Cool.
And we're going to do some celebration streams and stuff, so it's going to be a good year.
Awesome.
Can you see, Deuce? Can you see yourself trying out some Civilization? I mean, you're not happy with Battlefield right now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
we need some tips. Let me know. I'll point you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
You know what we should do? We should get all the Civilization players, like 100 games, 100 days on Foibles, and put them all on Battlefield, and then put all the Battlefield players on Civilization. It would be a disaster.
I've got some Battlefield experience, probably not as much as you guys.
Else to play right now, so.
It's funny. The very first game I played in my life, I really played in my life, was actually Age of Empires. I was like Jatato or so said like Age of Empires sucked or something. I don't know. I saw it before and I was like, well, that was the first game I was actually grinding, and it's a long time ago. Like
yeah, it is. Me too.
Yeah, Age of Empires. They just came out with 4,
years?
And there's been a bit of a growth there. There's been a lot more people jumping on it now with the new game, but it's definitely a fun game to return to. It's very nostalgic.
Yeah, they didn't change much, which was nice.
No, they didn't.
I was really bad at it though. We did a lot of LAN wars and games with friends, and I was always bad.
LAN battles, nice.
But yeah, where you actually pick your PC and drive it in your car to a friend's place, just to sit there on the floor for 8 hours.
I remember those days.
I always wanted to be able to
so uncomfortable.
Right?
All-nighters.
I actually remember I was going back from one time from my friend, and it was like 5 a.m. in the morning, and we were driving back from his place to my home, and then the police stopped me. And they looked in my back of my car. Funny thing is, I knew the policeman actually, but anyways, I was like, why are you stopping me? And he looked in the back of my car. Why do you have a PC in your back of your car? You know,
thought you were stealing it.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, I think I was lucky that I knew him because he was like, I don't know. I think if I wouldn't have known him, it was probably different. I don't know. He was weird. But yeah, these times we like to think about it and tell our kids, right? What is a LAN party?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I'm grateful for internet, so we don't have to do
Right.
that anymore.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
How far we've come, think about it, in what, 20 years?
Right.
It's pretty wild.
So, question to you two guys: do you have a practice? Do you practice in any form gratitude? Is gratitude important to you and to your life? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, for me, gratitude, I mean, it plays a big role in everything I do because this past year, I mean, 2021, certainly haven't been through as much as Deuce. I mean, my condolences to you, my friend, and I hope everything goes well in 2022 for you.
Thank you, sir.
But moving forward, I mean, with our growing family, I think change has a big factor in how we view the world, like how things change around us, how things change to us in our lives. There's so much that we don't have control over, right? And I think to me, the most important thing when it comes to embracing those changes and trying to move forward is realizing what you still have and knowing that in the moment, that one thing that has just happened to you is not going to define everything that happens after. You have the power to control some things. You don't have the power to control everything, but your mindset is one thing that you can control. And having a grateful mindset and a positive mentality, which is something I try to exude every day on stream, because you don't know how the community members feel when they're coming in to chat with you. They may be having a good day. They may be having a bad day. No matter what, you just need to be there to provide them with the content they need to break away from the day and have a good time. And that positivity, I think, is going to be the most important part of overcoming those challenges and those changes that affect you that you don't have control over. So I just do my best to be positive every day and move forward, take a step at a time, and realize that there's some things I can't control, but those things I can. I'll do my best to stay positive and stay on top of it.
Great.
That's amazing. What about you, Deuce?
Can you repeat the question?
Do you practice gratitude, or do you have any other habit you practice regularly that helps you to be in a positive mental state, or which helps you to overcome, like, I don't know, struggles in your life somehow? Does gratitude mean anything to you? Do you?
I mean, I guess there's a few things. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I constantly keep the mentality in my mind that you have to take things one day at a time. What happened yesterday can't affect today ultimately more than you let it. You have to be willing to set aside what you're dealing with and deal with what's in front of you right at the moment. So staying in the moment is a big thing. I find that is a big way to practice gratitude, because if you don't, you can get buried in despair instead. And there's a lot of people that fall into that pit trap. I've done it more than a few times. But yeah, so practicing gratitude, I think, is like I was saying before, it's really a way of life. You take the energy, the resources, the love that's been put into you, and you do things with it. You do good things with it as much as you can. Whether that be helping people. I mean, I try and find, if I'm just out in public, I will help somebody that I'm with. Here's $1 if you need it or something like that. I don't find myself in the public very often anymore. I don't know. I just avoid the public now.
A lot of us practice that, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. COVID is a bitch. So I mean, but I don't know. Anytime that I'm just out in the public, I try and make sure that I am as courteous as possible. If somebody needs to move forward in the line and they step in front of me, whatever. What I mean? It's 5 extra minutes of my day. I got time. There's little things, and I think little things are the things that add up in life.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way of showing gratitude, is just to make sure you stay present in the day. And do the best you can with each moment that you're given.
Yeah.
So
couldn't agree more.
That's amazing.
I guess we're kind of out of time, aren't we? Unfortunately.
Too fast.
But
don't we have like
Foybles said something? Mrs. Foybles said something good. Be grateful for both bad and good. They both teach you something. And
that's true.
Just personally,
absolutely.
I've learned so much more from losing my wrestling matches and losing and going through the struggles than I ever would from winning all the time. It's when you lose, you learn the most, and you learn how to fix it, correct it, and try and better yourself for next time. Not make those same mistakes again. So
very good.
Good point, Mrs. Foybles.
Thank you for sharing that, honey.
Folks, it's been a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Make sure you guys catch Deuce's new episodes. We're going to help get you pushing those out. If you need any help with those, Deuce, or anything like that, feel free. Contact me. I can do some decent voices here. Foybles has a voice too. That's bar none. He should probably do his double kill, triple kill, kill-tacular.
Unfrickin' believable.
And and make sure we catch Foibles too. If you guys are interested in checking out new games, something like that, Civilization was a lot of fun. Great community aspect to it.
Also, I saw somebody put a link to it is what was it, like 80% off Steams or something?
Yeah, I think it was 100 games, 100 days. And SG Nami, I can't even pronounce it. SG's in here. Yeah. he's one of the Civilization streamers from, I believe, New Zealand. So they're all in here. Thanks for showing up, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, great, like absolutely. I said, great community. I mean, they're all just showing up here. It's not even a Civilization thing, and yet they're all here. So hats off to Civilization. I really
absolutely. And Foibles, if you're up for that, I definitely would like to talk more about Civilization. Civilization. Damn it.
It's a mouthful.
Mizzy, can we do a cast for that? Like, I would love to do an event cast and like.
Well, there you go. We will do something. Let's just keep in touch.
Hit me up. Yeah.
Yeah, I would really love that. I watched a lot of your content actually. I was really
thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's really great. Bringing people together from different games. That's every time I kind of not achieved that goal with Gamers with Care because I'm really very focused so far on Battlefield, but that's only because Battlefield is the game I know the most. I'm always trying to reach out and branch out more to other games and other people from other communities because I want to learn more. But you know how it is. It's really difficult when you're not in the game. So I really enjoy having you tonight here. It's such a pleasure and honor. And Deuce, you as well. I'm really looking forward to what you will do in 2022 with your war report, and I hope you will keep going. And please do not give up. I know time was tough for you, but you guys,
giving up isn't even in my vocabulary.
Yes, there you go. Sir, I want to hear that. No, I really love that. Keep going, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. We can't wait to see what you will do in 2022, and catch you hopefully soon again. Right?
Thank you very much for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
guys.
Bye, everyone.
It was a pleasure.